Hey everyone! Welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Sorry, I just left it at like the epic music in the background. I forgot that I saved at a tense moment. So when we last left off, we were continuing on in the trial for Gina Lestrade and good old, may he rest in peace, Pop Windebank. I was gonna bring up, so someone in the comments, which thank you guys for being brutally honest with me. Apparently, some of the things I've been like musing about are things I should know, and I probably would have known if my episodes were recorded more closely together. But maybe that makes it more fun. You know what I mean? It's not too easy, or it's frustrating to watch. I apologize. Honestly, even if I were playing at a good time, like in between episodes, at good spacing, my memory is terrible. So I probably would be forgetting stuff anyways, but as long as I can be a detective in the end and figure it out, you know, all's well that ends well. So, I don't remember what I'm trying to prove right now. Is there a, here we go. Skulkins are lying. An accomplice. How can I ascertain? Well, okay, so who is their accomplice? That's what we're trying to figure out. My guess is, it's not Sherlock, right? Herlock, sorry. If I had to guess, oh wait, is he even an option? He's not. Oh, I was gonna say what's his face. I almost said Malfoy. What the heck is his name? McGilded. Is it Herlock? Is that a bullshit answer? Or is it her? Did she work with them? Is that... She would have told us that, right? Maybe? Because he went there with me. So, that doesn't make sense. Is it her? It's not Gregson. I would have thought it was this guy. But he hasn't been mentioned at all. You know what I mean? He accused her of stealing his redemption ticket. So that would give him motive. But like, that's gotta be the only reason he's like, why is he in our court record if he's not gonna be important? You know what I mean? Do I have evidence? Sure. The defense is ready. Sure. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. So, my Nipponiese friend, despite thy swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting. Yeah. Yep. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference. Oh, God. In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene? Oh shit. The blood report? I mean, there's blood on the wall. Right? Well, the third bullet also. But the blood, right? Because there's green blood.
Take that!
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio.
By Jove! That portfolio again, is it?
Oh shit. Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. Okay, calm down, bitch. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it? That one? Yeah, because he was already dead. So, this,
Take that!
that one.
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a blood stain, my lord.
A blood stain.
A stain made of blood. Green blood. Curious even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature? Yeah, it was E.T. It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. By the great detective. New invention, stop. Not yet appeared in story, stop. Oh my god. It's this, you see. Doesn't have a name yet, though. This focus spray is a chemical that reacts to the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom, stop. Very exciting, stop. Bro, calm down. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank.
Ah, a striking blue.
Uh-huh. Yes, so you see, the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. Gasp. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windibank was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the skulking brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of someone else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
Oh god. Whose identity the court is still waiting to... Oh wait. Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder? Not Herlock. Eggert? Like how I don't, It's not Tobias, right? Wait, okay, so the same blood is on the disc, right? So that means someone who is bleeding touched the disc? The night of? Did he have it? I don't remember. Oh, he can't betray me though, right? I would lose my mind. I want to try this guy. He hasn't been involved yet.
Take that!
Oh, is this wrong? The man's name is Eggert Benedict.
Eggert Benedict! What on earth are you talking about, Counsel?
He paid a visit to Windibank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place. When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. Yeah, that's right. Gasp! The man identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. He's a violent hoe. Oh yeah, and he has a gun. I forgot what voice I gave him. Broker, yes sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, that's what he put on the jacket. He's like, it fits perfectly. Article in question belongs to me. I demand it for it to be returned at once. Can't believe I suspected Gregson for a second there. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say... Any music box discs 2. I hate saying SKS, like tasks. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this account, Inspector?
Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Winterbank for a print showing the fellow. Got him on camera. Take it from one of his red-handed recorder, Gubbin says. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Winterbank that morning.
And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice?
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin? Never seen the geezer before in my life. Oh, wait. Never seen the geezer before in my life. Wrong accent. Oh, my God. On my life, Gov, on my life. Never seen him. Okay, well...
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion.
Yeah, no dip. I'm sure your lordship recalls my lord and Nipponi's friend's actual assertion, which was that they could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Oh shit. Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence. I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. Yeah. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm gonna drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Is it the disc?
Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel?
Yeah, just let me save, bro. Hold on, real quick. I mean, the disc has his blood on it, right? And he knew about the disc. Very few people did, you know? Sure. Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. The disc? Right? He's not in any of these, is he? Can you imagine his hat was like on the ground? No. I still know, so that lamp has to come into play, right? Or am I crazy? I don't know, I feel like it has to. Okay, I'm gonna go with the disc.
Take that!
The music stopped. Yes! As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Winterbank's.
Which is when the aforementioned Eggert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. But of course, sir, here's the disc. Very well. Okay. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc is mine. Oh god. Ah! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? Oh my god. You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh, did she actually draw blood? I didn't remember that. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Oh, right. Those protrusions caused Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness! A bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom. Using my trusty Foga gun. Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio. It's the same blood. I say. Oh, it's green. Okay, I knew their voices. It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. Yo. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Eggert Benedict, who was in Winterbanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. Dab on him. So there was someone else there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Eggert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
Huh. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
Oh, come on. This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Huh? What? Sherlock Holmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. Oh god. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land? Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. Huh. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world can turn the same color. Well... And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it. Come on, is he right? Is Mr. He is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. Why is there so much yelling? I knew it would come to this. Of course Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have? I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief! What did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? Ha ha ha, vampire boy. So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. Yeah, let's go, Iris.
After that shoot, priestess of the situation from an entirely unexpected source. It must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter.
Oh, shit.
As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions.
Oh.
So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
A.
Guilty.
Guilty!
What the fuck?
Not guilty.
Why are y'all two being mean?
2 call guilty and 4 call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
Yo. My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
On what grounds, bitch?
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. Okay, well, why are you saying that now? Because they're not on your side?
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zieks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. Boo-hoo on you. This trial will continue.
Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that kind of hurt.
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness.
That was the word. I was trying to think of what it was called. I was like, there's something with a P.
But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What? Is he dead?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it. Just when I'd managed to prove the man was there that night. His name is, the initials were what? AM? MB? I don't remember. Could I say something? Who'd that be?
Who is that, please? Who spoke?
Oh, yo. It was me, my lord. Juror number 5.
What have you to say, madam?
If possible. Inspector. Me, ma'am? I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman is shown.
Ah, right, yes. This one, you mean? Mr. Benedict. Benedict Cumberbatch.
She knows him. Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Juror number 5. You don't mean to say... You know this man? Yes, I know him. What? No.
Good gracious!
Hallelujah.
Order, order, order! Juror number 5. How on earth?
Did I hit that? Oh, my bad. I'm a communications officer. Stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. Oh my gosh, she's in love with him. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communications station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I keep my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. Wait, but... Why did she say guilty then? You'd think if she was like, I recognize him, we could find him and question him. I need to see what he says. You know what I mean? Like, why would you say guilty then? Huh. I don't know. Something's a little sketch.
The gentleman is at London's communications station. We should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please. Suck it up and go get him.
Yes, my lord.
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
As your lordship bids.
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson.
Yes, my lord.
I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the Prom Brokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess.
Yes, sir, my lord.
Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
Yo. It's so weird to hear them say a time during the court. Oh, to be continued. Okay, so I did know what was going on. I just was like... I forgot he got his thumb cut on the day of. I think that's what was throwing me off. Interesting. I knew this guy was evil. I mean, come on. Is he McGilded's son? Does McGilded have a son? 17th of April, 12:41 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Ah, Gina, how are you holding up? I'm starting to feel quite warmly toward her frequent cold shoulders now. Ginny, are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything? Okay. What's the point, eh? Why go to all this trouble and fight so hard? For the likes of me? What? Well, you saw it, that picture. What picture? Ah, you mean this? The photograph taken by Harley's red-handed recorder? Yeah, of her pointing a gun at him? Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure. It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Surely you've got to have your doubts about me. Oh my god, doubts about me now. You can't think I'm still innocent. Of course I can. Huh. Because I'm crazy. Ginny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night. Eh? Bruno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you. Come on, girl, make my job easier. Yo! Alright then. It was after we'd had that dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-to-1, to Winterbank's place. I had to know if Iris' story was there or not. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I don't know what it's about or nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in it that Sholmes don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking in a log with Winterbank for safekeeping. Safekeeping. At least that's what I thought at the time. So, you broke into Winterbank's? I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all that was going to kick off, did I? I struck the lock and stuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp and the counter a bit of wick. And that's when... What do you do? Oh, wow! What do you think you're doing? I nearly died. I did. Next thing I knew... Oh. Camera. I grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like... I don't know what. I forgot what voice I gave him.
Oh, you're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery.
The mantle script. Have you got it here? That Sholmes leave a load of papers with you. A story.
I beg your pardon.
The Hound of the... There's something or other. If it's here, I want to see it.
I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers.
I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see it's here, that's all.
Oh, you want to see it, do you?
I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go.
Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you?
Oh my god. So then the old cove unblocked the storeroom door and we both went inside. And it was there, alright. The mantle script. Sholmes weren't lying after all. You did all that just to check for me, Ginny. Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out in the main bit of the shop. Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes. What was that noise? Someone's breaking in.
Dear me, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about?
I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry.
I better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back?
Oh, well, I've come with Jan. Oh, I'll come with Jan.
Now don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances.
And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked back out into the shop. I hung back in the storeroom like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. It sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. I started to think I should help, see? So I was just about to go out the storeroom myself when...
Yike.
I heard a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And then there he was, right at my feet, lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and locked it as quick as you like. Because you thought whoever had shot Mr. Winterbank might come for you. Yeah, so I went and grabbed the old cove's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew. Winterbank was a goner. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing. That must be when you passed out, Gina. If I hadn't done what I'd done, the old cove might still be alive. Did you tell the police everything you just told us? Of course I did, but they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was, if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me. It'll be alright, Ginny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Bruno's about to put the real culprit through the mill. That cove, what was there in the afternoon? That Agate Benedict. Yeah, that bitch. I still remember how he looked at me, like I was nothing. He was there that night. We don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty. You what? You can leave it all in Bruno's capable hands now, Ginny. Ah. Mr. Naruto. Yes? How come you trust me? I don't get it. Girl, 'cause you're great. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and McGill did. We told you a whole pack of lies. And you got the bog trotter off with him, even though he was the killer. No, I can never forget that. Oh. I did what I thought was best at the time. But the pain of that air of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what. But what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another kill off the hook for all you know. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. And strange as it might sound, circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who done it. Oh, no. There was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best friend.
Oh, Kazuma! Oh, Kazuma!
Ryunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. I have to do his voice, come on. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest.
I love you, man.
I was so happy I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong.
He was a true friend.
As soon as my trial began, it was obvious that he had an absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him. And an undying love for him. Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. I won't let you down. Don't cry, Gina. Even though I'm a diver, and a no-good liar. I love you especially because you're a diver, personally. You're not like McGill did. I know that. That's right, you're our friend, Ginny. Iris, we know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust. Yes! That's really all we need to know. Exactly. Mr. Naruto, I... Oh, no, don't cry, Gina! Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative! Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately. Yes, of course. Thank you. Let's go. I've been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. Aww. This is it, at last. The final chapter. The final battle. Wish me luck, Suzato-san. I hope you're watching over me too, partner. Ah, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. 17th of April, 1:41 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Wow, we are punctual here in this courtroom. It's exactly an hour later.
I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness?
The subpoena was delivered to the communications station where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem.
Ah, I see. Then let us turn our attention to the Inspector Gregson's process of the case heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector. Are you blind?
Yes, I can only apologize, my lord.
And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom.
Huh. It's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake.
Oh god, my lord. The subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building.
Here we go.
Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay.
Mr. Eggert Benedict. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon. Certainly not like this. Punk ass. Whoop. Whoop. Oop. Wow, what a quartet.
Thank you for complying with the court's subpoena at such short notice, sir.
Oh god. But of course, my lord. As an upstanding member of London society, it's my pleasure to oblige.
Now, kindly state your name and occupation for the record.
Ashley Graydon, Communications Officer. Mr. Graydon and I both work at London Central Communications Station. Now, perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about. You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume? Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. But there's the accusation, indeed. This really is beyond a joke, you know. I ain't joking.
Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon.
His testimony is going to be like, I wasn't there. The end.
You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath.
Oh my god. Gladly, my lord. Gladly. God, the dancing. I forgot about the dancing. Alright, witness testimony. Let's go, punk. The accusation. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place on the night of the murder? I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation. Even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some scaramouche detective's homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence. Oh shit. That's not nice.
So, you deny the accusation completely, do you? I must say I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by this self-professed detective's toy. It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demands that the jury's will is upheld. Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today.
Wow. But golly.
How long am I expected to be detained here? If, following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, you will be free to leave immediately. Good. Then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation at least. Let us not hold on Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, Counsel. Proceed with the cross-examination.
So, we meet again, Mr. Eggert Benedict. Or is it Mr. Graydon?
My apologies. You are?
Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We have met.
If you say so. Ashley Graydon. Enchanté. So.
Oops.
Ah! I trust we can conclude this quickly.
But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do so, punk.
Throw it back! Throw it back! Throw it back!
Wait, why did he take his hat off? Is that going to be important? Is there something in the hat? Can I look at the hat? Is it in my... Can you imagine if it was in my court record? Alright. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking services from time to time.
Hold it!
Great. Yes, we even met in the very pawnbrokery where the crime took place on the afternoon of the day in question. Though, of course, you introduced yourself by a different name at the time. Ha! It was Mr. Eggert Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what made you...
Objection!
Oh, come on.
The witness is here to testify about the events that took place that night.
Ah. What if it's relevant?
He is under no obligation to answer such unrelated questions.
You can't be serious.
Thank you, because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such an inappropriate question.
So he's gonna be evasive, is he? In an effort not to give anything away. This could be tricky. Look at those soulless eyes. Mario's watching him out of the corner. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs?
Hold it!
Sure. Have you seen these two men before?
This pair? No, I don't associate with criminals.
Said by a man who introduced himself as Eggert Benedict.
I'd like to know who I have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me? The young lawyer there in the black. This is a farce.
Oh my god.
Whose idea was it to permit an outsider to work in a British court anyway?
Okay, really?
Well, needless to say. Punk?
Okay, look at his snobby hair. I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation. Of course. Why would you? Where were you around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir?
That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rapscallions.
You're able to prove that? Or you're able to prove that?
Objection!
The inflection was off there.
Listen carefully, my Lord and Nipponese friend. For you appear to be under a gross misapprehension at this point.
What do you mean?
The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. He has no obligation to prove his absence. If your accusation is that the witness was present at the scene, the obligation lies with you to prove your assertion.
Yeah.
You will fulfill that obligation before putting any more unreasonable questions to the witness.
Ugh. Silent victory wiggle. Thanks. The hell? Even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene.
Hold it!
I mean, blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Be like, hi, can you strip so I can see if you have a bullet wound? Mr. Sholmes' chemical analysis has positively identified the substance as such.
But I'm not the only human to have...
What accent was that?
But I'm not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I? How can you be sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants.
Every individual's blood has a slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Sholmes' chemical is able to differentiate different blood samples by— oh god.
Spare me the science lesson. Who is this Sholmes character anyway?
Oh, I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a great, well, a renowned detective.
So even you are unable to bring yourself to say great detective?
Yeah, well, I've talked to him, okay?
A great detective, you say? Now we're in the realm of fairy tales, are we?
Oh shit, do you like him?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Hello, Luigi. Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin? Mr. Green Skulkin? What, me? No, the Mr. Skulkin next to you.
Right, I've had it up to here with this. How many times have I got to tell you?
Yes, I know. You're not Big Bruv Sulky. You're not standing next to him! Mr. Nash Skulkin.
God blimey, Governor. You what?
Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went through your mind? You love Sherlock? Herlock? Shit. I can't. Would you care to share that thought with the court?
Me thoughts. I don't have none of them. It must have been him.
You what? Oh my god. Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke?
Nothing, honest Gov, nothing. I was just thinking, if he waves his arms around like that much more, it'll open up the wound again, that's all.
There it is. What wound?
Where he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago. It ain't gonna be healed up yet. So I was, well, you know, I was worrying for him, and, oh, wells, bells.
Mr. Graydon, did you hear that?
What?
Your comrade is worried about you, it seems. On account of your injured arm.
My lord. Yes, Mr. Graydon. I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations.
You're literally holding your arm, bro. We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabouts. Why are you holding it then, dude? Perhaps you would allow a court official to examine your arm, sir? The left arm that you're currently clasping with your right hand, as if in pain. Body language, man. Body language.
No, I refuse.
Oh.
You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves. Accordingly, I am not
I went to say obligated.
Obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy.
Okay, sure.
As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all this. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever. I take offense at the insinuation that I was in any way involved. Huh. You claim to have had nothing whatsoever to do with Mr. Winnebank's pawnbrokery.
My lord, the defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony.
Very well, counsel.
Oh, that means I have evidence. Hold on.
Continue with your testimony, Mr. Graydon.
Bottom line is I've never had anything to do with pawnbroking. establishment where the man was killed. Funny you say that. Let me figure out why. A bullet, a pouch, the disc, fold-up device. Do I have a picture of him? I don't. Or do I have the, what the heck is it this? Da, 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 da. Oh, wait, didn't we have a picture of him there? Do I not have that? Stereoscope, dun, dun, dun. Well, I know he had one of these, right? Or one of these, didn't he? What does it say on it? Gentleman's coat. Writing it neatly, but still he ran out of paper. Okay. Didn't he bring one of these? To it, you know? One small box. Maybe it's that. It could be, because he came with the code, right? He's like, oh, she stole my my thingy bopper.
Objection.
That? No. Witness his last statement. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. What the? Don't. Eh. Okay, let me press it. I'm being rash. Alright, we should press it. Always press the statement first. Never had anything to do with it? You forget that I was there, Mr. Graydon, on the very afternoon of the incident.
Obviously, I'm not a complete stranger to the pawnbrokers. I'm currently on the lookout for an armchair to furnish my study.
Objection.
Okay, who cares? No, you were there to redeem an article.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he was there.
Excuse me.
Yeah, hi. Do you have something to add, Inspector?
Come again, Sunshine.
You were there too, in fact, weren't you, Inspector? That afternoon.
Well, yes, I do remember meeting yourself and the pawnbrokers that afternoon. You, your young Japanese assistant, and the accused were all present, as I recall.
And at that time, this witness, Mr. Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular article.
Well now... What? I'm afraid I don't remember too clearly.
What? But you must!
I'm not going to lie and pretend I remember something that I don't.
What's going on here?
Rexy showed us a picture before, didn't he? You know, from the cameras that Hurley installed in Winterbanks.
Yes, of course.
Indeed, the gentleman pictured bears a striking resemblance to the witness, I must say.
What do you mean a striking resemblance? It's literally the same guy! Exactly, which proves that Mr. Graydon was in the shop on the afternoon in question.
At no point have I denied that fact.
Okay, you were just taking a stroll?
I merely entered the shop to peruse the articles on sale and have a word with the broker. Nothing more.
Oh, Gregson, don't do this. What are they making you keep quiet? This makes no sense. I understand why Mr. Graydon might be trying to cover his tracks. But why would Gregson be trying to avoid giving testimony about what happened? Don't do this to me. That's all he's gonna say on the matter, is it?
What do you think, Bruno?
I think he has no intention of telling us anything. He's well aware that the less he says, the less chance he has of giving himself away. For once, let me point that out, because everyone in a freaking Phoenix Wright game does not understand that. And they say something incriminating, because they keep talking to me.
The complete opposite of Hurley, then. He seems to think that the more he says, the better.
Well, at least I managed to prise a little more information from these witnesses' lips. All thanks to the Skulkin brothers.
Yes, they were the key to it after all.
So, he says he had nothing to do with Winterbanks. Well, we know that's not true.
Perhaps now would be a good time to have a proper look through the court record.
Good idea. You never know what tiny scrap of information could become a valuable weapon. Is that a hint? Naturally. Okay, I had a feeling. So give that the bottom line. Okay. So what? I tried that one. I don't think it has anything to do with this, right? Conviction, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. No evidence. Oh, what about this? Palm breaker. No. What's this? Oh, that's the autopsy. Can't read, apparently. That's that. Is this like his, hat somewhere? Skulking Brothers gun. Not there. Is there a hat? Is there a hat? Is there a hat? Can you imagine if I just saw his hat like in the corner? I don't think so. Stereoscope, music box. I mean, no, it's not. Well, he has a gun, right? So he could have shot the third bullet, but there's no ballistics. You know, I mean, I can't prove it came from his gun. You think it's that? Like he had to shoot something there? This is the one he had. Yeah, the coat. He didn't have the other one. A small box. Yeah. Right? He wasn't there to get a box. Okay, let me try the bullet.
Objection.
Damning, you say? Your trembling hand, your pallid expression, your face, your mom. It's kind of mean. You invited, sir. Okay, what am I not presenting? The disc?
Objection.
Aw, come on. Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon? Why? Is it supposed to mean something? Okay, I feel like the coat thing should have been acceptable too, though. This disc was, until the day of his murder, in pawn in Mr. Windibank's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon? As I've reiterated numerous times now, you are mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. It may have escaped your notice, but there is a small smear of blood on the disc.
Ah, yes, resulting from an abrasion of the thumb, perhaps.
That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of tiny metal bumps. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations. Give me a thumbs up, punk. So, while the disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in the form of this smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also, in the form of a scratch.
Good gracious! Indeed it must!
How is this any different from asking him to show us the bullet wound? You know, can he just deny to show us his hand? Mr. Graydon, you refused to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood on this disc.
Yeah.
Couldn't that have healed in like 2 days, though? Well, well. It would seem I underestimated you.
What is the meaning of this?
So, you admit it now. You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempted to take the disc from the defendant. Dab on him, Renosuke.
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Graydon?
It would appear there has been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say? It's really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in taking an item that you own out of pawn? What? It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you wish, though I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker's murder. Uh-huh. I'll be the judge of that, punk. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here for now before this episode gets too long. But, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really mad that it wasn't the ticket. I mean, I understand that the disc is more specific and he has a cut on his thumb, but like, couldn't he just say, oh, I'm not gonna show you the cut on my thumb? Like, why didn't freaking Van Zeke say, oh, he doesn't have to show you, it's his body, you know what I mean? Or whatever. So, that's fine, it's a nitpick, but I'm interested to see where it goes. I still want to see how involved McGill is, because we do have that book containing the records of his case, as well as Thrice Fired Mason's blood on the redemption ticket. So I'm intrigued. Yeah. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.